This has been the warmest decade since 1880. In 2010, global surface temperatures tied 2005 as the warmest on record. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, scientists say that the Earth could warm by an additional 7.2 degrees Fahrenheit during the 21st century if we failed to reduce emissions from burning fossil fuels, such as coal and oil. This rise in average temperature will have a far-reaching effect on Earth's climate patterns and on all living things. Many of these changes have already begun. Some of the most dramatic reports come from the polar regions, which have lost large amounts of ice in recent decades. The Arctic sea ice, covering an area roughly the size of the United States, has shrunk by an estimated 6% between 1978 and 1996, losing on average 34,300 square kilometers, an area larger than the Netherlands, each year. Also, as mountain glaciers shrink, large regions that rely on glacier runoff for water supply could experience severe shortages. This water shortage would not only negatively affect the people, but the crops and livestock as well. What happens with rising population, funding, and education? With rising population, there is still a set amount of dollars to be spent on every school, and with the population growing so fast and there still being the same set amount of money to spend, I think the quality of education is going to shrink because there's not going to be enough tools. What is carbon dioxide emissions? It is a common type of gas emitted from burning fossil fuels. The higher the carbon content in the fossil fuels, or the more inefficient the burning process is, generally the more CO2 that is produced. Each person has a different carbon footprint. I did a survey, and it said if everyone on Earth lived like me, we would need an estimated 9.56 Earths to sustain my lifestyle. I saw this, and I personally know I should change things. Every little thing you change will help the Earth in different ways. For instance, if you carpool or ride a bike places, you will cut down on the carbon emissions. In return, you can start saving the Earth. Also, if you turn off lights whenever you leave a room, you can not only save money, but you can save the Earth. There are millions of ways to cut down on your carbon footprint, so start soon. Nations need to start addressing this problem and act now, because at this rate, we don't have much longer before we destroy our Earth. Nations could have recycling bins on every corner, make it more than 5 cents for someone when they return a can. Also, they can offer better public transport options or promote bike use. Renewable energy can help us in many ways. For instance, it can not only help us fight against climate change and air pollution, but it can help us improve our energy security. Our our energy independence because of fossil fuels will eventually run out. One recreational wind turbine under ideal conditions can pay for itself in just 16 months. To save the earth and get paid, that's pretty awesome. If even a couple cities around the world did this, it would save our world significantly by not using so much coal or to run power plants. If we do this, we can slow down global climate. I do think global warming is a real thing. As much as I do not want it to be real, the ice caps are melting at the fastest rate ever. The the Arctic ice patch is losing an area the size of the Netherlands each year, and the places that need water most are drying up. We have a real problem and something needs to be done.